European night at Anfield. European nights at Anfield, the drama, the history, the power, the aura and the majesty. Now, all too painfully, I know exactly what European nights at Anfield are like. And anyone that uses this as an example, as an opportunity to write the word Luis Garcia in the comments is getting banned. Because I was there. I was there for Luis Garcia and I felt it. I know the majesty and the aura of the stadium. I was there for Dirk Kuyt. I felt the power of the Kop. I was there for Branislav Ivanovic as well, though. And what I can say definitively off the back of everything that I witnessed is that it's different. Anyone that tries to contest quite how significant Anfield is on a European night has simply never been there. Now, look. It isn't the only great stadium. It isn't the only stadium with power in the country. I've been to see Chelsea play Arsenal in a quarter-final of the European Cup. I've been to Arsenal. I felt Arsenal. And Arsenal that night was incredibly raucous. But it's not the same. I've been to Old Trafford. I saw Ryan Giggs score against us. I saw Didier Drogba score for us at Old Trafford. And again, the Stretford end was powerful. But quite frankly, it wasn't the same. Anfield, on one of those nights, is simply different. And you can imagine a world where Alexander Isak would have spent the best part of, 4 months wondering if everything that he'd been told about the European nights at Anfield could possibly be true. And guess what? 10 minutes into the game, he found out. 10 minutes into the game, there was a moment when he would have suddenly gone, this is why I left Newcastle. And anybody that tried to contest his decision-making process, anybody that tried to suggest that it was wrong for him to agitate for a move away from Newcastle United, all you have to do is look at the goings-on of last night. Like, you could tell that it was special. You could tell that something was brewing. You can tell that Liverpool are moving in the right direction. But ultimately, you can tell that Liverpool are on the march to something incredibly significant. Overall, I think there's loads to talk about in terms of the game. There's loads to talk about in terms of Liverpool. But do you know who I want to almost dedicate this video to? Arne Slot. I mean, he's just the governor, isn't he? He really is the main man. He is, in my opinion, the best manager in the league at the moment, and I think he's actually incomparable to anyone. What he has done at Liverpool is unreal, and let me tell you why I'm giving him such praise for this. Because what we witnessed last night, it was him, it's his Liverpool team, it's his Liverpool players, it's his Liverpool tactics. But can you not see the skill involved in what happened last night? It was Klopp. Some managers come in and they totally obliterate everything that has occurred before. They confine it to the ash heap of history and they say, my way is the way. And they blow up what went before. Look at what Arne Slot has done. It's so intelligent. It's so clever. It's so shrewd. He's got his own system. He's got his own way of playing. He's redefined Gravenberch. He's got his style. But he has borrowed the good bits of Klopp. And there were a lot of them. And you could see everything that happened last night lent a lot to the spirit of Jurgen Klopp. The power of Liverpool that was built by Jurgen Klopp. It was, what did he call it? Mentality monsters. I mean, mentality monsters is what Liverpool were under Jurgen Klopp at the peak of their power. But I'm not sure that nickname does justice to this team. The class of 2025. I don't think that they are mentality monsters. They're not mentality monsters in the same way. I mean, you look at Liverpool's winning goals this season. Like, nothing was scored post the 83rd minute. If you're the type of geezer that leaves Liverpool early, you're not even going to know that they're winning games. 88th minute against Bournemouth, 90 plus 10 in that grudge match against Newcastle, 83rd minute versus Arsenal, 90 plus 5 against Burnley, 90 plus 2 against Atletico Madrid. This lot are different. Like, they're not mentality monsters. They are lunatics marching towards glory. They are wild. They are unpredictable. They are untamable. They are unstoppable. They are marching towards Europe and they are going to conquer it. It's like Genghis Khan. Genuinely. It's like Genghis Khan. Remember when Genghis Khan was like marching across Asia into Europe and it was unstoppable and he was going to conquer Europe? Arne Slot is the modern day Genghis Khan. That's what's happening here. That is what he's doing. He is marching towards Europe and basically nobody can stop him. My God. Arne Slot and Genghis Khan. You can tell it was a late one for me last night, can't you? I had a really late one, but guess where I watched the game, and this is interesting. I watched the game with Jermaine Pennant, Liverpool's man of the match in a European Cup final. Athens 07, Jermaine Pennant, man of the match. And I had the honour and the privilege of sitting down, really calm, just sitting on a sofa, watching the game with him. Now, Jermaine Pennant said something that I thought was so incisive and really does tell us everything that you need to know about this Liverpool team. Jermaine Pennant, ardent Liverpool fan, like passionate, zealous, almost aggressive Liverpool fan. Liverpool score, he goes wild. Liverpool concede, he's nearly in tears. Visceral fan, you know, one of those up and down. It's just me and him in the room. Like, great guy, great company, but wild watching the football. Then there was sort of a calmness. When it was 2-2 and the game felt like it was ebbing away from Liverpool, and it felt like Diego Simeone was closing in on what would be an excellent point for his team. There was a calmness in Jermaine. And do you know what he said to me? He went, we'll get this. Not, I hope we get this. Not, I'm dreaming that we get this. Not, it would be wonderful if we get this. Quite frankly, like this. We'll get this. And he was right. There is an inevitability. And then we worked together. Every Liverpool fan that I spoke to last night, every single one that called us up, they all said that they knew that it was coming. They all said that they knew it was coming. It was Jermaine Pennant knew that it was coming. It was the callers that knew it was coming. It was the cop that knew it was coming. It was literally everyone I spoke to that knew it was coming. And most importantly, do you know who knew it was coming? Not Mohamed Salah, not Virgil van Dijk, not Arne Slot. Do you know who's most important knew it was coming? Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone knew that it was coming. Conor Gallagher knew that it was coming. There was nothing that could be done to stop it. It was a twister. You know that film where the twister comes in, launches the cow and that? Nothing you can do. It's happening. And that is what Liverpool have done. Liverpool have been so good, so ruthless, and so committed to the end of the game that the opposition start to get twitchy. It's not about the way Liverpool fans are feeling. It's about what it does to the opposition. The opposition are closing in on a really impressive result. But the closer they get to it, the more twitchy they get. The closer, it's in touching distance. You're about to secure a really impressive point. And suddenly, you know that it's not going to happen. 5 games in a row, 5 games in succession. There's been this final flourish when the game is dead. The dying embers of the game. People are leaving. People have written Liverpool off. Not anymore, but at the beginning of this run. And now you simply know that it's coming. And anyone that is suggesting that it's luck, anybody that is ready to have a conversation about Liverpool being lucky, do you know what I would do? And I do my best on this channel to kind of encourage conversation. I think it's great to hear other opinions. But if you want to talk about Liverpool being lucky, I think you're totally missing the point. Unless you can really convince me and you have this vision that I can't process, or you have like this articulate command of the English language that perhaps I wouldn't have even processed. If you believe that they're lucky, I think you're just moronic. Politely. I just don't think there's any luck to this. Once it's luck. Twice, it's fallen your way. 3 times you go, God, you know, you're not going to get away with this all season. 5. Against big teams, against Arsenal, against Newcastle away in a grudge match, against Atletico Madrid in Europe. I just think that it is so impressive. And it is full of skill and determination. It isn't luck. Like, it wasn't luck when Sir Alex Ferguson's team were doing it time and time again. Fergie time as a concept. Fergie time as an ideology. It's not luck. And look, I imagine that Liverpool fans are watching this really enjoyed the fact that I said it wasn't luck for them. I would extend the same courtesy here to Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm sure you would as well, if you are unbiased and relatively intelligent. Sir Alex Ferguson winning games, winning European Cups when they're losing. They're losing in the 91st minute. And by the 95th minute, they are lifting the European Cup aloft. That isn't luck. That's skill. That's determination. That is a never say die attitude. That is resilience in its purest form. And I think that Liverpool now have this unerring ability to plunder late goals. And anybody that is trying to position it as a weakness, it just doesn't chime with the way that I see the situation. You know, you could say, is it worrying that Liverpool end up in this situation, or is it reassuring that Liverpool constantly end up in this situation where they win games? Worrying or reassuring? The answer is totally, unilaterally, wholeheartedly reassuring. If you are a Liverpool fan, you are currently sitting at the top of the league. You've just won in Europe against a very dogged opposition. It's time to crack open a bottle of whiskey and a cigar and just enjoy it. Because that is who you are at the moment. It is, quite frankly, a demonstration of nothing other than strength. It's power. It is fearsome. It's a fearsome approach. And now, of course, the fact that Liverpool surrendered a 2-goal lead again, it needs to be looked at. Like Liverpool on some level, they're never more threatening than when they're drawing. And they're never more vulnerable than when they're 2-0 up, which is something that Arne Slot needs to rectify. But of course, he has the ability to turn it round. Of course he does. And everything else that you are seeing from this Liverpool team, it is an example of the stuff of champions. And there were big things to take from last night. I thought Wirtz looked brilliant on the ball. And do you know what? I don't think we have this conversation enough. Mohamed Salah was unplayable. He was back to his true brilliance last night. Effervescent, untamable, full of vigour and aggression and poise and power. It was just a pure demonstration of why Mohamed Salah is seen as being world class. But maybe not often enough. Maybe that's a conversation for another day. Maybe Mohamed Salah doesn't get anywhere near the credit that he deserves. But overall, I just thought that it was just another example of why Liverpool are going to do significant things. A while ago, on this very channel, in my predictions video, I said that I believe Liverpool will accrue 100 points. I think that they will at least equalise the Pep Guardiola Centurions. I believe that this team are totally capable of doing it, and a lot of people were sneery about that prediction. I don't think it's particularly wild. Antonio Conte's Chelsea team with Victor Moses and Marcos Alonso in it managed to accrue 93 points. So I certainly see a world where this Liverpool team, full of stardust and Hollywood, I certainly see them capable. And I've seen nothing to suggest that they won't. Can you imagine now, right now, just imagine it this very second. Imagine Alexander Isak probably having a cup of tea in a Liverpool penthouse overlooking the Mersey. Can you imagine how buzzing he is? Can you imagine how over the moon he is? He has seen the Kop in full flow. He has seen Liverpool on a famous European night. He has seen his team demonstrate a true power and prestige and aura. And he's going to watch Newcastle get beat to Barcelona tonight. I just think that he is, anyone that was questioning whether he made the right decision or not off the back of last night, he will be buzzing, desperate to get back to full fitness and link up Salah, Wirtz, Ekitike. You know that it's going to be serious. But Liverpool have done it again. That's what they do. You know, and anyone that is suggesting that Arne Slot doesn't have the understanding of the game to sort of turn it around, make it wine and go down, the fact that they're conceding goals is off their head. It's going to be absolutely fine for them. It's annoying, but they're unstoppable. As always, I appreciate you watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, would you do me a massive favour? Please click like, please click subscribe. It really does help me out, and I would love to welcome you into this community. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and like I say, I don't want to see Luis Garcia mentioned at all. Ta-da!